Despite its profound potential, many falter in harnessing the law of assumption, often due to a lack of belief rooted in scientific skepticism. My mission today is to cure your mind of doubt by illuminating the intricate scientific mechanisms that make the law of assumption not just a metaphysical concept, but a quantifiable reality. Our journey begins in the brain, a complex organ with 86 billion neurons. When you assume a new identity, you're essentially rewiring these neural pathways. This is grounded in the science of neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity isn't just a buzzword, it's a well-documented phenomenon. Studies show that when you learn something new, the neurons in your brain form new connections. This is why practice makes perfect. The more you engage in a task, the stronger these neural connections become. So, when you assume a new identity, you're not just thinking positively. You're engaging in a form of mental training that physically alters your brain. This is the first step in how the law of assumption moves from your mind to manifest in the world. Now that we understand the neural changes, let's move to the cellular level. Here, we encounter the field of epigenetics. In simple terms, epigenetics is the study of how your behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way your genes work. Unlike genetic changes, epigenetic changes are reversible and don't change your DNA sequence. But they can change how your body reads a DNA sequence. Studies have shown that stress, diet, and even thoughts can result in epigenetic changes. So, when you assume a new identity, you're not just affecting your brain, you're sending signals that can alter gene expression. This is how your internal mental state starts to create a biological shift, setting the stage for real-world changes. We've covered the neural and cellular changes. Now, how do these internal shifts manifest in the physical world? Enter the law of attraction, a principle that states that like energy attracts like energy. Your thoughts, now altered and solidified by neural and epigenetic changes, have frequencies. These frequencies interact with the energy around you. This isn't mystical jargon, it's rooted in physics. According to Maxwell's equations, electric currents produce magnetic fields. Your brain's electrical activity, altered by your new assumptions, generates a different magnetic field. This field interacts with the energies around you, attracting circumstances that resonate with your new identity. Let's look closely at this notion of your thoughts generating a magnetic field that attracts specific circumstances, a concept often mindlessly quipped within New Age circles. While it's true that brain activity generates electrical and magnetic fields, the idea that these fields directly attract specific life events is an oversimplification. Instead, think of this field as a metaphor for a range of interactions that involve psychology, behavior, and probability rather than literal magnetism. When we talk about your thoughts influencing your circumstances, what we're really discussing is a cascade of effects. Your thoughts influence your beliefs influence your actions, and your actions influence your interactions with the world around you. For example, if you assume an identity of a confident person, you're more likely to engage in behaviors that reflect that confidence. You might network more aggressively, leading to new job opportunities. You might express your ideas more freely, leading to collaborative ventures. In this way, your internal state sets off a chain reaction of behaviors and decisions that can lead to circumstances aligning with your assumed identity. Moreover, your actions and demeanor also influence how others perceive and interact with you, creating a feedback loop that can either reinforce or alter your initial assumptions. This is where the concept of resonance comes into play. Just as two musical notes at the same frequency resonate with each other, your actions and behaviors can resonate with opportunities and individuals that align with your assumed identity. So, while it's not a magnetic field in the literal sense that's pulling opportunities towards you, it's a complex interplay of psychology, behavior, and social dynamics that brings you into alignment with the circumstances you desire. We've seen how the law of assumption works at the neural, cellular, and even physical levels. But for these changes to be sustainable, they need psychological reinforcement. This is where cognitive dissonance theory comes into play. Cognitive dissonance is the mental discomfort experienced by a person who holds contradictory beliefs or values. When you assume a new identity, your subconscious mind works to resolve this dissonance by aligning your external reality with your new internal state. This is a well-documented psychological principle. It ensures that the changes you've initiated at the neural and cellular levels are not just fleeting but become integrated into your lived experience. Finally, let's delve into the quantum realm. Quantum mechanics tells us that particles exist in a state of probability until they are observed. This is known as superposition. When you assume a new identity, you're essentially making an observation at the quantum level. You're collapsing the wave function of possibilities into a single reality. This is supported by the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics, which posits that it's the act of observation that determines the state of quantum systems. So, in essence, your changed mental state, reinforced by biological, physical, and psychological changes, has the power to influence reality at the quantum level. You may now safely assume all the best circumstances imaginable are coming your way, with the knowledge that there is no logical reason not to do so. Thank you for joining me, SageQuantus, on this enlightening journey. In resonance and eternity, until we meet again.